when Vinegar Syndrome announced they were doing a 4K release of Sliver, I was kind of less than excited about this one, because this was one of those films that I just didn't like when it came out. The early 90s was definitely the era of the erotic thriller, kicked on by Basic Instinct, which landed, and there was a slew of copycat movies coming after that. Sliver was one of those, and my memory of it was, this wasn't good. But of course, tastes change as you get older. You can reassess, you can look at things, you can go back to films and see things that you missed. The younger me may not have been as attentive to some of the more subtle aspects of the film. So of course I'm going to sit down and give it a try. Sometimes you're just right. Sometimes a film is just rotten.
I'm not a dirty old man, really not.
Are you certain?
Sliver for me is one of those movies, one that I just cannot seem to enjoy. As we jump into this world, we meet Sharon Stone, who is playing Carolyn Norris. She is an editor who's just got this apartment in this fancy building and discovers that the previous tenant killed herself. Maybe. There is a heavy aspect of CCTV in this, as there is a large voyeuristic element to this film. As we start to meet the various tenants within this apartment block, we know that someone is watching everybody. They have hidden cameras throughout the building. And we meet some interesting characters. We have Tom Berenger, who plays Jack, a kind of aging and failing writer who had one hit and has never quite landed anything else. We have Zeke, a Baldwin, who is one of those characters that tries to look brooding, but looks as if he's just trying to contain a fart at certain points. And he is someone who is young, supposed to be mysterious, I guess, and she is torn between these two characters, the aging older writer and the younger, fitter, mysterious toy boy.
Listen, you work out.
You mean like exercise bikes and stuff?
No. The real thing, weights. You want to check it out?
I'm not interested. I'm not interested in this story. There is a coldness to this. You're watching people who have a lot of money, living in a fancy building, going about their business. But I just don't care. There is not enough within the characters or within the situations to draw me in. As we learn a little bit about the previous tenant, is not enough to make Carly really curious about what happened to her. I can understand where the story's trying to go, where this character should be fascinated by this woman who looked like her, who lived in the apartment previously, who died mysteriously. There's an investigation to really be brought onto there, but they don't lean that heavily into it. Instead, they go for the relationship aspect. They go for the sexual shenanigans that needs to be in these kind of movies, which again are cold, unfeeling, and really not very erotic at all.
Why don't you come over here with me and lie down?
Why? So you can talk dirty to me some more?
It's one of those movies where I feel it's a misfire on almost all fronts. There are some moments of tension and scares, and that's where director Philip Noyce really takes control of these, with the sort of dodgy lighting in the laundry area of the building. He creates some fun mood and scares there, really kind of building the tension. But these moments are few and far between. You've got a cast of characters who have zero chemistry together. You've got a mystery which is almost sidelined in the form for relationship status. There is interesting thematics on voyeurism, on control. But again, they're touched on. They're not really delved into. They're surface material. Everything about this is a kind of surface material film. It doesn't really offer much more than that.
Oh, God. Are you all right?
Harley.
We've been so worried about you. Everybody's been calling.
Yeah, and to think I spent the weekend with an impotent maniac, hoping that he'd,
I gave it a fair crack. It's got a great director. It's got a good cast. It has a tale that could be interesting, but it feels like almost every choice made is the wrong one, focusing on the wrong things, and this was a slog. Sliver will be one that's being moved on in my collection. I don't want to watch it again. I gave it another try. I just didn't like it. I'd love to know your thoughts on Sliver though. Maybe you thought it was fantastic. fantastic, or maybe you thought it was a terrific film. If so, let me know in the comment box below. Let other people know your opinion on this one, or if you just agree with me, let me know as well. As always, there is more content up here. You can see more of my stuff. In the description box below are links to Patreon, membership program, manvfilm.com. Always in which you can support me. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.